Welcome back, Bleak Riders, to another episode of This Old Driveway. Today, we're going to be installing a Viking branded sport touring fairing on this, an 09 Dyna Super Glide Custom. Picked this up recently and have big plans for this bike. Some of those plans include the aforementioned fairing. So let's get into it after a brief intro. Box. We have the big bag of fuck you. We got 4 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these, and 4 of these. Now, like I said, I watched several other people's YouTube videos, and they're like, you just gotta figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like I'd much rather have a parts list for that kind of chaos. Alright, let's get these bolts separated and we'll tune back in. Like I said, I printed out the instructions, but this was in the box. Instructions are for painted fairings only, you deadbeat. Spend some money. Nah, I'm just joking. Like I said, the instructions are easily findable on their website. Using the supplied extension brackets, I've extended my headlight. I have it kind of loose fit currently, so that then I can set these. I wasn't following the directions and put these on backwards. They need to be flipped inside, put the other 2 in, leave them loose fit, so I can actually fit the fairing.
When you're thinking about something you don't understand, you have a terrible, uncomfortable feeling called confusion. It's a very difficult and unhappy business. And so most of the time, you're rather unhappy, actually, with this confusion. You can't penetrate this thing. Now, the confusion is because we're all some kind of apes that are kind of stupid, working against this, trying to figure out to put the 2 sticks together to reach the banana, and we can't quite make it, the idea. And I get that feeling all the time that I'm an ape trying to put the 2 sticks together. So I always feel stupid. Once in a while, though, the sticks go together on me, and I reach the banana.
So what we put together here, using the hose clamps, the supplied bracket, other bracket, and the actual mounting bracket, what a nightmare. These came facing the other direction, which didn't line up either way. This would be great if it had an arrow on it. Viking, you should consider stamping an arrow on this part. Overall, I think I still got some fitting to do. Not sure I actually like this. Did I waste $100? I might have. By the way, it's 20 degrees out today, so this whole install has been filmed with suffering.
I don't need luck, though. I don't want it. I've always had to struggle and fight, and that's made me strong. It's made me who I am.
Now I gotta decide, do I take this fairing back off and not run that one, or try it out and what's that? Take it back off? Yeah, I think so too. Alright, welcome back to day 2 of my work in progress. You know, a lot of things don't always go as planned here at Lousy Productions. Kind of why it's Lousy Productions. I don't use a fancy camera, I use a GoPro. That's what I have. I don't always make these videos with much of a plan. I don't plan that well.
Hi.
I do sometimes script them. But no matter how much I do or don't plan,
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
things happen. I got all the way through the build yesterday. Modding, adding of a fairing. And I hated it. So I ended up pulling it back off. But that leaves you guys with an unfinished taste in your mouth. So I wanted to strap it to the bike, let you see what I saw and why I think the Viking fairing is a very good product, just not for this particular bike. Let's get into it. Some of the stuff I did end up doing yesterday was adding these soft bags I had originally bought for the Sportster. Thrash and Supply make damn nice bags. That said, the sissy bar mounting bolt is kind of in the way. Don't let the bag sit flush, so I'm going to have to get some new bolts. I did add my quad lock. That's all I run. Man, I love these quad locks. If you got a Harley, quad lock is your friend. Anti-vibration control, infinitely modifiable mounts, can't go wrong. Got my handlebar bag back on, and I did keep these little brackets from the fairing on the headlight because it got it away from the loom, gave it a little bit more room. Have to get me some fancier hardware, but those worked out nice. There we are. All right, so there it is, bungee strapped on, and I just don't like the look. Also, you know, I gotta fess up when I make a mistake. I said, oh, this will be easy. I said, oh, I'm gonna download the instructions. Them instructions were useless. Viking, you gotta do better with how to put these fairings together. That's my only critique of your product. Very good product, very high quality. The fiberglass is beautiful, the finish is wonderful. But putting this thing together, you either need to fire them engineers or give them an award, or I'm not sure, something. Get some instructions. Detailed. So to me, it doesn't fit what I'm going for with this bike. Maybe a road warrior fairing, maybe no fairing at all, and I just do an old school windshield for when I'm touring, something that I can clip on and off. I don't like it. And I see in retrospect it kind of gives it sort of a piggy nose. This would have been a good fairing for that Sportster, but I bought the Saddleman Mini SRT fairing. Would have saved a whole heck of a lot of money just doing one of these, and probably been a lot happier, in all honesty. Alright, so other stuff I did do yesterday. One of these foot pegs was a little off. It wasn't quite level with the other one. Now it is. I think to finish off what I'm currently doing to this bike, I'm probably going to pull these bags back off, pull these bolts, and see if I can't go track down some shorties so that I don't have that happening. A mad kick out. Just like that. Look, it's off. You gotta love the power of video editing. So we're gonna run to Ace Hardware. I'll get these bolts for pennies on the dollar compared to buying Harley OEM parts. Alright, so couldn't find the micrometer. Lousy. But I do got the old Chameleon, apparently, not a Fat Max. So we need a bolt that's 7/8 inches shorter. 7/8 of an inch shorter. Alright, so this is what $12 worth of grade 8 bolts and washers looks like. Got a couple different sizes and a couple different thicknesses of washers, so should be pretty good there. Let's head on back and see what kind of damage we can do. Bolts installed. There we go, laying much more flush. Looking good. Got a little bit of ability to carry lunch or a can of pop with me. Kind of look out of place, but better than nothing. This has been Bleak Rides, doing a very lousy install video with very lousy productions. If you like this kind of content, won't you hit that like button for me? If you haven't already, won't you consider subscribing? Hey, ring that bell to stay up to date on all things Bleak Rides. And if you can, just ride.
You need stepping on, Breed.
Back off, lawman.
You hear that, George? I'm gonna bleed you, boy.